Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Great British Draw Along. Today, for this art tutorial, you will need some paper, a ruler, a pencil, and a pen. It can be a biro, or a marker, or a Sharpie. Just be careful with permanent markers that there's something else underneath your paper. You don't want to end up getting ink on your table. Okay everybody, today we're going to be drawing an Easter bunny, and I'm using my pet rabbit Alfie as inspiration. So a nice little V, like that. Then, going down from the middle of the nose, straight line here, and then we're going to go the opposite way into a slightly curved M. So we're going here, and then here. Now, this gives us a nice little opportunity to put a piece of grass here before we do the rest of the face. So we want a nice thin line, curving a little bit, and keep that tip as sharp as you can. Lovely. Then we want to start to add some curves. So we think this part of the face, nice little rabbit curve, then another here underneath, and another here. Great. So if we start to build the head now, so from this curve up here, we're going to do, I'd say, a little rainbow arc, like that, and then once more, so about here. Now we're not going to do the full ear, but we're going to have a little bit of an ear just there, okay? Now this side, we'll add a little bit of hair, do a few little flicky lines, not too many, and we're going to drop down into a nice rabbit ear. So doing a long line, then a little bend there. Okay, and then we're curving back up. So curved line, up, 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 a little wiggle, perfect. Now the eye wants to be nice and big, and if you look here, that curve there, then we're going to go across with our pencil to about here, maybe just down a little bit. Now if we do this nice and light, if we make a mistake you can always rub it out later. Great, and I think I'm going to make it a bit more almond shape. Super. Now we want to have some highlights in this eye, so if we start with a highlight here, nice big white one, and then we'll do another little small one there, okay, and then we're going to do a dark circle in the middle, and then we're going to shade lightly around the rest of the eye. Try not to fill in those white highlights. So just to add a little bit more detail now onto the nose, if we leave this bit here, we'll leave that as a highlight as well. And now we're going to make a start on the neck here, so if we go back to where the chin was, and then a nice light line just so you don't make a mistake. We're going to go down, curve a bit to the right, and then down again. Now I find legs and paws and hands a little bit tricky, but there's a little bit of a tip that I'm going to give you, and that is we can hide it with some grass. Okay, so it's all about being smart with your drawing. If you know something's a weakness, how can you cover it up? So I'm going to do some little fair flicky lines here, going down to where the paw is on this side, and here we want to start to separate these two front paws. So I would say out in the middle there, and I'm going to go down towards this paw here, and a bit of an N shape, and then the same here, but I'm just nice and light, so I can check that I'm happy with it, and I think that looks quite nice. So now I can go back and be a bit more confident with my pencil strokes. Notice how it's all in the same direction pointing down, and that gives the rabbit a bit more texture. I'm going to do the same on this side now, but pointing this way, and then the same this way. Same again here, so just these small little flicky lines going down. Nice. Okay, so for the back leg, the front wants to stand out more, so we're going to keep it nice and light. You see where this piece of grass is here? We're going to follow down, then we're going to curve in just a little bit, and then a nice big rabbit foot there. Now this leg needs to go down just a little bit more, and then I wouldn't do that much darker, we'll just go over it a little bit lighter. But what we can start to think about now is how we're going to add some grass in. So this grass can just come up little spikes like so. And that just covers our paws up a little bit. Don't get too carried away with the grass, that's enough. You can go a bit darker. Okay, lovely. Now I did say it was going to be an Easter bunny, so I think we need some Easter eggs in there, don't we? So if you think about the shape, it's like a rugby ball, a little bit. So if we start from the top here, then we're going to go curved back round a nice round bottom, but then up to the top a little bit like a teardrop, but a bit softer. So if we have one at the front, to show that this one's a bit smaller, we'll have it behind, and then curving like so, and then we might have a big one as well here. So we're starting the line behind the egg, going up, down, and around. It's a little bit wonky, but all eggs are different, aren't they? We're going to add some colour to that in a minute. Okay, so that's the rough sketch. I'm just going to speed this all up now to show you the colour and any extra details you might want to add. So I think it looks quite nice without colour, but you can add some colour if you want. That's what I'm going to do. You can use felt tips or pencil crayons, it's up to you. Just be careful with felt tips because they can ruin a picture if you use them too much. For the eggs, if you want to add a little highlight, it's a little bit like an exclamation mark. So you start with a large rectangle, bit of a curve, and then you do another smaller dot there. And then we're thinking about where the light's hitting the eggs, so we've got to have it on the same side there. Yeah, so I'm going to add some colour, and we can add a little message to the top as well. Okay everybody, and that is the finished picture. So I've just rubbed out the border, it looks a little bit better that way, and if you want to, you could maybe add a little bit of a bee just buzzing around to make it feel a little bit more like spring. do a little black circle, and then you can do a little yellow stripe. Then another little black line, a little triangle at the end, and 2 cute wings. Hope you enjoyed that tutorial, everyone. Have a go. It might turn out a little bit different, but art is unique. We all make little happy mistakes and just learn from them. So enjoy.